I do a few things. I have a couple of things. For years and years and years, I never used a sanding sponge. I always just used a piece of paper. Then they came out with square block sanding sponges. They used to be just square blocks. And I didn't care for them. I didn't use them because I wasn't used to them. And I was kind of hard-headed and unteachable. But I became teachable. And I started using the square sanding sponges for doing a lot of detail work. Then they started making them with angles on them, and I really like these because they have these double angles. You can use one side and then the other side. One's a little finer than the other. You don't want really rough sandpaper. You really don't. This is 120 grit. They recommend 150 grit, but this is 120, if you could look at that really closely. So is this. USG said, oh, we recommend 150 grit. Yeah, that's for you. I'm using 120. And then what I like to do with my piece of paper, and this is what I've done for many years, I like to take a piece of sandpaper and I fold it into a triangle really quickly, like this. Okay, so after, and this was my sandpaper. I used this to detail everything out. I could do things really nice with this and dust things off very easy, very nice, that I couldn't hit with the sand pole. And then when this all wore out, I would just flip this around like this, and I'd have two fresh pieces of sandpaper on there. But what I really like this for, if you want to take a look at this closet here, what I really like this for is cleaning out angles. So I can come up here and I can clean this angle out. And then I can take my sand sponge and get in there nice and close and detail this out. You know, anybody can pull the job out, but detailing and doing this detail work is what's going to make or break the job. So this works really well. I've shown this to a lot of people. This works really well for getting in those corners, and then grab a sand sponge. I don't even touch up anymore without a sanding sponge. If I'm doing a job and I'm sanding a job and I'm out of sanding sponges, I just run to the local hardware store and grab one anymore. They work so much better. So let's take a look at this light can. You see all the imperfections around there? These are just gonna dust right out with the sanding sponge. And once they put the light fixture on here and everything else, it's beautiful. It'll be beautiful. So, all right, that's how we sand today. It's really changed. It's going to come a long way between just this little tiny head to these great big heads. So it's really come a long way. You have a great day. Oh wait, did I lose you?
We're back.
Okay, one more thing. Because we are doing these people's house, we put up a plastic wall, but we still don't want the dust to go everywhere, right? We don't want the dust to come out of this room and all over. And this is what I've learned to do too, is you find a back window someplace. I like to stick a high velocity fan in it, like this. And then I turn this on high, and I create a backdraft. So all of the fine dust is going to go right out this window. And no dust ends up going that way at all. I'm starting to pull the plastic in. It's actually, I think it's pulling from the attic access that I have over there. But if you can seal this up really well, it works that much better. But truthfully, I don't feel a breeze here. I know the air is going out that window. And when we sand and detail this out, the dust isn't going to be traveling throughout the rest of this house. You have a great day. I want to thank you for watching. I hope it's educational. I hope you've learned something. So if you really like what you see, please subscribe.